Okay, so we've got everything in place. We've got a whole bunch of debt. Now before we take a look at the plan, we have an option here to add some additional money on a monthly basis to be distributed between these debts to help pay down the debt. You can put any dollar figure in there that you want, but in this case we'll say that you have no additional income that you're willing to dedicate to pay down your debt, so we'll leave it at 0. We're going to submit our information and generate the plan. Okay, so we have a graph over here that represents the payoff time. The pink would be the payoff time if you're not using our plan. The green would be the payoff time if you are using the Debt Eliminator plan. We've summarized the results up here on top. So your monthly payment, no matter whether you're using the plan or just paying the minimum payments that are required, is going to be $1,123.41 per month. We're going to ask you to continue to pay at least that amount. Your total payments without the plan would be $45,000 and change, and you would pay off in 5.1 years. Using the plan, you're going to pay off in 3.2 years. You're going to save 1.8 years and $1,815.54. Okay, let's go down and put in a dollar amount here and see what that does to the plan. Let's say that you have an extra $40 this month that you're willing to dedicate to pay off your mortgage. So let's put $40 in here and resubmit the plan. Once again, we're going to generate the graph for you. And let's look at the summary. You're still going to pay off in 5.1 years, but you're now going to pay off in you're going to save 1.9 years, and your dollar savings will actually be $2,041.30. So a little bit of additional money each month dedicated to paying off your debt can have a fairly significant difference over the life of all this debt. So once we have generated the plan, we now have prioritized your debt. There's the debt to Mom, MasterCard, American Express, Visa, the Honda. The system has determined which debts to pay off in priority. It doesn't always make sense to pay the highest interest rate first when you're dealing with multiple debts. So in this case, we're going to pay Mom off first. And Mom's going to be paid off in just a few months in the 6th month of 2009. We'll be making a payment to Mom of $115. That's her regular $75 agreed to payment plus the additional $40 that you're willing to commit to the payoff plan. Now notice when we go to MasterCard, we have some entries in red. What this means is that the payoff, the 6th month of 2009, when Mom is paid off, we're going to start adding additional monies to the payment that we're paying to MasterCard. It's really apparent when you get to the 7th month of 2009, we're going to be paying $197 toward paying down the MasterCard. And the MasterCard will be paid in full in the 9th month of 2009. Our next debt is American Express. In the 9th month of 2009, since Mom has been paid off and MasterCard has been paid off, we have some additional monies, and we're going to apply that to American Express. And the American Express payment is going to go to $264. We still have $24 left to pay to MasterCard. And then the following month, it'll be $288. Now keep in mind, you're still paying exactly the same amount, the $1,123.41 every month. We're just asking you not to reduce that amount that you've dedicated to pay off your debt. So then each month, we're going to, as we pay off a debt, we apply more and more money to an existing debt, and each new debt gets paid off at a faster rate. So then we pay off the 2 Visas, and then we're paying off the Honda. Then we work on the Countrywide loan. Then we work on that Harvard education that you got. So just to summarize then, we're starting off with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different debts. And you've decided to pay $1,163.41. And you're willing to pay an additional $40 towards the payoff. Now, as a debt is paid off, in the case of mom's debt being paid off, you're still going to be paying the same $1,163.41 every month, except now we're only going to have 7 debts to pay off. So we can apply more to less debts. And so on, and so on, and so on. So that when you're all finished, you're going to be debt-free in 3.2 years. You're going to save 1.9 years, and you will have made yourself, or saved yourself, $2,041.30. Okay, let's save this information so that we can refer to it later. Now you can name it whatever you want. It was previously saved as January 09. So we'll just click Save. And now there's a record, and it's always there, and you can always refer back to it if ever you want to pull the information up again. So let's pull it up again. Let's play like it's February. You've logged back into your account, and now you're going to bring up the January 09 information. And you're going to make some adjustments. Let's say you want to adjust the balances on a couple of the credit cards. Let's say we'll change the American Express to $1,000. And maybe you found some extra money for whatever reason, and you paid mom down a little bit to $250. And maybe this month you feel like you don't have any extra money, so we're going to remove the $40. Well, we're going to recalculate the plan now. Now we may have changed the order of our payoff, or we may not. In this case, we can see, nope, we're still paying mom first, and we're still paying the MasterCard, the American Express, the Visa, and the Visa. But sometimes those will change depending on the changes that you've made here. Now let's hope that you don't have a situation where you pulled out that old Mervyn's card, or let's call it a Best Buy card, and you now have a balance on your Best Buy card of $1,500, and you're making a payment of $200, and you've got an interest rate of 22%. Let's resubmit. And now we're going to add the Best Buy debt into the mix of everything else. Now notice with Best Buy, we've calculated that it's going to take 9 months to pay off Best Buy. So if we look at our priority ordering, we're still going to pay mom first. Now we're going to pay Best Buy second, then the MasterCard, then the American Express, and so on and so on. So this may be your February information. And so now let's just name it February 09 and save it. And that information is saved so that if you want to take a look at where you were in January, you can bring up January. If you want to see where you were in February, you can bring up February. And you can kind of chart your progress and see how things are going, and decide whether you want to make additional payments on your debt. Okay, it's as simple as that. If you're willing to follow our plan and maintain a constant level of debt repayment, you will become debt-free and regain control of your financial life. Thanks for watching.